Hello YouTube, hello, it's me again. I'm so sorry. I know I've been like quite inconsistent, but last week was a bit rough. We got better thankfully, but it was also a bit rough. And yeah, and also university, final year, quite a lot of assignments. But I'm here now again. My consistency is like, inconsistency has been off the charts. I'm so sorry. But yeah, we'll be right back after the intro. What's up guys, it's me again. So today's topic is embrace your uniqueness. And a lot of things, I'm not gonna lie, at first I did not know what to post. I was just thinking, sitting there like, what else should I post for YouTube? Yeah, and I wasn't sure, but then this kind of spoke to me in a way. This kind of stood out to me, and a lot of things have inspired this. So I think one of the things that inspired this was, so recently, I love like old Disney shows. I love shows set in the 90s, set in the 2000s, right? And I was watching Lizzie McGuire. Like, I think Lizzie McGuire is so good. I was watching Lizzie McGuire, and the last episode I watched, there was this girl who was in like 7th grade, and then Lizzie and her friends, Lizzie Miranda Border, they were in 8th grade, and then the girl from 7th grade, she was trying to be exactly like Lizzie. Like, she copied everything she did, everything she wore, everything she said. She copied her. She was trying to like emulate her. She wasn't trying to be her own person. And then the moral from that was like, be yourself, embrace your uniqueness, be proud of who you are. Don't wish to be somebody else, because they're probably wishing that they were you. They're probably wishing that, you know, you had they have like your talents, for example. Another thing that has inspired me is recently I watched a message in church, and it was telling that like, God has called you for a specific purpose, and sometimes you're the only person who can fulfill that purpose. Yeah, so sometimes God will call you to do something, and like I said, you're the only person who can do that thing, and there's a specific time to do that thing. And then it was saying that like, if you do the right thing at the wrong time, it doesn't mean it's not good enough. If you do the right thing at the wrong time, it's not good enough. And it's for me as well, because sometimes I know I'm meant to do something good, or I know I'm meant to do something for God, and I'm like, I don't want to. I want to stay in my comfort zone. But like, I realized that if God has called you to do something, for example, everyone has talents, everyone has gifts, stuff like that, and you're supposed to use them. For example, I have a lot of talents. I would say I'm a multi-talented person, and I'm trying to use that more. I'm trying to use my talents more. So here we have Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1. For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under the heaven. So as I was saying before, everyone has As I was saying before, everyone has a specific time to do something. Everyone has like their own path. And I think it was Sunday, I think Pastor was saying that if you do, everyone should save souls, everyone should do things like that. If you save a soul at the wrong time, then it's not good, you know. And I learned that God doesn't want anybody to go to hell. God wants everybody to go to heaven, regardless of who they are, regardless of where they come from. And that is something we have to remember, especially as Christians. For me as well, because I tend to shy away from stuff like regarding Christianity, stuff like that. Sometimes I tend to shy away from that stuff. Sometimes I don't want to do that. Sometimes I'd rather stay in my room, you know. And just like, but I'm learning that if you stay in your comfort zone, it means that you're not doing something right, which is not good. But yeah, so yeah, just embrace your uniqueness, embrace who you are. Don't be afraid to be yourself. And I know sometimes society might seem as though you can't be yourself, and it might seem as though you have to be like everybody else to fit in, but that isn't necessarily true. And yeah, like I said, so I have another Bible verse about being unique and using your unique calling and purpose. So for example, yes, Ephesians 2:10 says, we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. As God's handiwork, we're designed with intentionality and purpose to do good works. This verse highlights that our creation was not random and purposeful, with good works prepared for us to accomplish. Rejoice in knowing you're created with a divine purpose to fulfill. Step confidently into the good works God has planned for you. I know sometimes it may seem that you might be wondering, why am I alive? I don't feel like I'm contributing anything to society. And you just have to remember that while while you might think you don't contribute to society, you might think you're not a good enough person, you might think this, you might think that, but then somebody else, they're so grateful to have you in their life because you're such a big blessing to them. You're such a huge blessing to them. They're so grateful that, you're so grateful that you're in their life. For example, there are a lot of people in my life I'm so grateful I've met, and I don't know where I would be without them. Hopefully I'm the same for them as well. They're these people that I can't imagine my life without them. I'm so glad we crossed paths, and I hope we're lifetime friends. And yeah, and then another thing I wanted to say about this is, I found a quote the other day. It says, God gave you a fingerprint nobody else has, so you can make an impact nobody else can. I'm going to attach the quote later on when I edit this video. I'm going to attach it. Yeah, I'm going to repeat that. God gave you a fingerprint nobody else has, so you can make an impact nobody else can. So this is telling us to, embrace your uniqueness, embrace the gifts that God has given you. Like me as well, embrace the gifts that God has given you, embrace your talents, embrace everything about yourself. God knows more about you than we know about ourselves. It might seem like we know a lot about ourselves. Like for me, I'm still learning things about myself. Like for example, I'm not very good at when things don't go my way, Charlie, when things don't go my way, I'm quite sad. But then I've learned that like sometimes setbacks are good because you learn from that. You learn resilience, you learn patience, you learn determination, you learn the delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is when you wait longer for something but you get a better reward. So yeah, don't be afraid of being yourself. Just be happy with who you are. And yeah, you shouldn't compare yourself to others. You can be inspired by them, but I feel like comparison is the thief of joy. We fall into comparison sometimes. We might think, oh, I wish I was this person, I wish I was that person, I wish I had what she had, I wish I had what he had. Well, they might not even be happy with themselves. They might not even be happy, or like you don't know the full story, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't know, maybe they're exceeding in something that you admire, but then they're failing in something that you're really good at. Or maybe like they're smart, maybe they're funny, maybe they're talented, maybe they're beautiful, but behind closed doors they're depressed, they don't have a good family, their family's dysfunctional, stuff like that. So that's another reason why you should like aim to be yourself. That's another reason why you can look up to other people, you can be inspired by them, but do not wish to be them. Do not copy them like directly, because you're not made to be a carbon copy of somebody else, like Lizzie McGuire, you're not made to be a carbon copy of somebody else. And another thing I'm going to say is, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. So yeah, God knew us before we knew ourselves.
Okay, ask not what the universe can do for you, but ask what you can do for the universe.
The other day I researched where were we before we were born, because I don't know. But yeah, so before we were born, God already existed. God already knew that we were going to be born on this day. For example, I'm July 9th, so God decided July 9th, don't worry about the year, but July 9th Lola will be born, and one day I'll leave this world like everybody else. And I don't know how much time I have left, but you just have to make sure that you're true to yourself, you're authentic. I'm the type of person, I value honesty, I value transparency, I value authenticity, I value authentic people in my life, and you just have to make sure that you're that authentic person, especially if you're not an authentic person, if you're not a real person, if you're not true to yourself. How can you expect other people to be the same thing for you? You get what I mean? So yeah, just embrace your uniqueness, be proud of who you are, and don't let this world mold you into something that you're not. And yeah, I have to go. I think that's all I'm going to say. It's not going to be a long message, but hopefully you guys have learned something today. I hope I've inspired you somehow, and have a good day or night whenever you're watching it. I'm going to try and be more consistent. I'm also going to try and feature some more people. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I'm really blessed. Have a good day. Bye bye.